Hi guys, this is Teddy Westside coming back to you with another GOAT format deck profile. Today I have a Orca Mega-Fortress of Darkness water control deck. You know, it's definitely not the most competitive. It's a fun deck, but I really wanted something a little bit different from some of the other water decks out there for GOAT format. You know, that's what gave me the idea to make an Orca Mega-Fortress of Darkness deck. Plus the card art is just super cool. Look at that. It's a Shamu, but it's like part Shamu, part Battleship. So amazing. So obviously we're going to run 3 of this guy. This guy is pretty cool because his effect is not once per turn. So as long as you have a Cannonball, Spear, Shellfish, or a Torpedo Fish on the board, you can tribute these guys to destroy a spell or trap or to destroy a monster. You know, as long as you can get these guys on the field and keep bringing them back, you can keep popping. So that there's a kind of control aspect to this deck. It's a little bit slow, so we got some other stuff in here to kind of compensate for that a little bit, but it's fun, you know, when it works. So we run the triple Orca Mega-Fortress of Darkness, 2 Cannonball, Spear, Shellfish, and 2 Torpedo Fish. Also, to note, these cards do have effects. Their effect is when Umi's on the board, they're unaffected by spell cards. So they can't be snatched, stealed, or destroyed by a lightning vortex or something like that. Next, to search those guys out as fast as possible, we got triple Mother Grizzly, the designated water searcher for GOAT format. When she's destroyed, you can special summon a 1500 or less attack point water monster directly from the deck to the field. Standard, gotta have that in any water deck that you run. And then to add to the list of targets for this card, I do run 1 MK3, you know, so I can attack the life points directly in case we get in a weird situation. I run 1 Mermaid Knight because she can attack twice. Somebody's running goats. You know, it just helps me get through my opponent's board if they have a well-established one. And then 1 Revival Jam. When he's destroyed by battle, he brings himself back from the grave on the following turn, which is pretty cool. Plus, under Legendary Ocean, they're all 1700. And then with this guy on board, they all become 2200, which is pretty cool. Plus, this guy buffs all the water monsters on the field by 500. So you got to be a little bit careful if your opponent is playing some water monsters in their deck, because I know that there's a water package I have in here that a lot of people play, even outside of water decks. So let's get into that. So for that aforementioned water package, we have double Abyss Soldier, Tribe Infecting Virus, and Sinister Serpent. Abyss Soldier is limited, or semi-limited, Tribe is limited, and Sinister is limited. So, you know, you play them all at max. Abyss Soldier is your biggest beater in the deck, not searchable by Mother Grizzly, unfortunately. Neither is Tribe Infecting Virus. But these cards are so good for control purposes. You have nothing but water monsters in your deck, so this guy's always live. You can always bounce your opponent's cards. I'm pretty sure this one is once per turn, but this is not once per turn. So this one you can pitch any card and destroy a type of monster on the field. So if you're playing against something type specific, then you can just clear the board really quickly. And then, you know, to round this package off, obviously we've got Sinister Serpent. He's the best discard fodder in the entire format because he comes back the next standby phase after he's sent to the graveyard. So this is a huge boost to the deck. These are probably your best cards as far as the GOAT format meta is concerned. So let's get on to the spells. So obviously, we go through a lot of cards in this deck. We want a easy, quick way to get them back. And that's why we run triple salvage. Also, how cool is it that it has Orca Mega-Fortress of Darkness on there with MK3? I just think that's so awesome. It just fits in really well thematically. And what this card does is that you can target 2 water monsters with 1500 or less attack in your graveyard and add them back to your hand. So that's a really quick way to get back your Cannonball, Spear, Shellfish, or your Torpedo Fish, or any of those other 1500 or less water monsters that you run, or that I run in this deck. To turbo through the deck a little bit, to, you know, kind of get a bit more field presence, I do run triple Monster Gate. Sometimes you just got to dig through your deck and you don't necessarily want to see all your spells. You just want monsters on board. Plus, I feel like this complements Orca Mega-Fortress of Darkness very well, because with Orca Mega-Fortress of Darkness, you tribute the Cannonball Spear Shellfish or the Torpedo Fish in order to get the effect. And then with this, you tribute as well, so that makes Last Will very live in this deck, especially considering how many 1500 or less attack point monsters you run in this deck. So, like I said before, the fodder for Orca Mega-Fortress of Darkness, they're all targets for this, as well as all these cards. So you can special summon any of these cards from the deck, which is pretty cool. This is really live in this build. And then obviously we have to run triple Legendary Ocean, and this is where the deck kind of borrows a little bit from the water bind concept. Legendary Ocean is great because it reduces all your water monster levels in your hand and on field by 1. That makes everything in your deck normal summonable, including Orca Mega-Fortress of Darkness. He becomes a level 4. But what's really cool is that it'll make cards like Abyss Soldier level 3, so it'll get under cards like Gravity Bind or Level Limit Area B. And since we definitely want to see this every single game, hopefully opening hand, we run double Terraforming just to up the consistency a little bit. Speaking of consistency, we got the staple draw cards of the format, 1 Pot of Greed and 1 Graceful Charity. Draw 2 cards, draw 3 cards, discard 2. Not more to be said about that, really. You gotta have those draw cards in your deck. Then we run 2 equips in the form of Premature Burial. Get any monster back from your graveyard for 800 life points. And Snatch Steal. Steal any monster on your opponent's side of the field. They gain 1,000 each standby phase. Then to round out our spells, we have the aforementioned Level Limit Area B. Every face-up monster on the field that's level 4 or higher is put into defense position. So this is a really great card in this deck because all your monsters are pretty much going to be level 3 or lower, except Orca Mega-Fortress of Darkness. And then to go along with that, we also run double Gravity Bind. Again, same concept. Level 4 or higher monsters can't attack while this is on the board. So yeah, the concept of this deck is just control your opponent, control the cards they have on board with Orca Mega-Fortress of Darkness, get some pops off with Tribe Infecting Virus and Abyss Soldier, and then hopefully whittle down their life points a little bit with MK, Mermaid Knight, It's a pretty fun deck. If the opponent doesn't have a lot of outs to your back row, like namely these 2 cards, then they're gonna have a problem. But it's a fun deck. I hope you really enjoyed this video. There's gonna be more videos coming soon. Until then, this was Teddy Westside, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.